An activist shows off her campaign badges and T-shirt at the count centre as votes are tallied following Friday's referendum on liberalising abortion law, in Dublin, Ireland, May 26, 2018. Reuters, Max Rossi Ireland is still some distance from the point where abortion up to 12 weeks into a pregnancy is actually legal. Even though President Michael D Higgins will be able to sign the relevant order to repeal the Eighth Amendment in the coming days, the Dail has still to pass the much-talked-about abortion legislation. Health Minister Simon Harris has already produced the general scheme of the bill, but yesterday morning no campaigners indicated that they intend to carefully scrutinize every word of the legislation. The government plans to introduce a legislation before July and have a target of getting it passed by the end of the year. However, some opposing politicians have already indicated they will attempt to delay its progress through the Dail and Senedd. Until then, the existing Protection of Life During Pregnancy Act will continue to be the law of the land. The health minister argued during the campaign that the legislation will allow safe, regulated and medically supervised termination of pregnancy. Termination will be available where a GP has certified that the pregnancy has not exceeded 12 weeks, that is 10 weeks after conception. A woman will not have to give a reason for why she wants an abortion at this stage. A period of 72 hours will have to elapse between the certification and the termination being carried out. This is to allow for a woman to make a considered decision after discussing all the options with her doctor. It would also allow a doctor to refer the woman for a scan if it is clinically determined to be necessary. It is envisaged that the medical practitioner would provide any follow-up care that is required. How did your constituency vote? Final results: constituencies declared, 40/40th map key yes 55%, 50%, 55% no. The government's proposed legislation will permit termination of pregnancy in cases where there is a risk to the life, or of serious harm to the health, of the pregnant woman, without a distinction between risk from physical or mental health. Such serious harm must go well beyond the expected and common complications of pregnancy, and other common chronic conditions that may be exacerbated by pregnancy. Two medical practitioners will have to certify that in their reasonable opinion, a. there is a risk to the life or of serious harm to the health of the pregnant woman, b. the fetus has not reached viability, and c. the termination of pregnancy is appropriate to avert the risk. One of the medical practitioners would have to be an obstetrician and the other a medical practitioner appropriate to the clinical circumstances of the case. The procedure would have to be carried out by an obstetrician. Once fetus reaches viability, there will be an onus on doctors to deliver the baby. The definition of viability proposed is the point in a pregnancy at which, in the reasonable opinion of a medical practitioner, the fetus is capable of sustained survival outside the uterus. Mr. Harris has said the requirement to certify that the fetus has not reached viability is an effective ban on later-term abortions. If viability is established and the pregnancy is ended on health grounds, then it will be done through early delivery, with a full medical team on hand. The table below shows the top 5 constituencies with the strongest vote for or against repealing the Eighth Amendment. Dublin Bay South 78.49%, 21.51%, Dun Laoghaire 77.06%, 22.94%, Dublin Fingal 76.96%, 23.04%, Dublin Central 76.51%, 23.49%, Dublin Rathdown 76.10%. That will cover situations in which the risk to the life or of serious harm to the health of the pregnant woman is immediate. The legislation proposes to permit termination of pregnancy on the grounds of a condition which is likely to lead to the death of the fetus before or shortly after birth. In these cases, 2 appropriate medical practitioners will be involved in the assessment. Will abortion be free? It is envisaged abortion will be made available in the public health service. This will mean that women will still have to pay in order to visit a doctor, or a clinic, outside the public hospital setting, unless they have a medical card. They will also have to pay for medical abortion pills unless they have a medical card. Women getting later abortions, due to health problems or because they are carrying babies with fatal fetal abnormalities, will already be in receipt of care from our public maternity services, and so will be able to access public hospitals. Sunday Independent.